to welcome you to our show tonight as we come together to ponder the family of man in a millennial celebration. About 3 millennia ago, King David asked of God,
"What is mortal man that you remember him, and the Son of Man that you visit him?" We may oftentimes have the same question today, and yet, deep within our being, we know that man does hold a very special place in God's creation.
So join us as we consider the great family of men, our neighbors and friends, our world family, great people and events, and the experiences that unite us all as one in spite of our many differences.
Neighborhood. Now, through our moral and spiritual genius, we must make of it a brotherhood. Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr. I wish I could meet the man that knows who put the fly on my daddy's nose when my daddy was taking a nap today. I tried to slap that fly away so daddy could sleep. But just as my hand came down to slap him, the fly jumped and I hit with a bang. Where you suppose? Smack on the end of Daddy's nose. Ow! Cried Daddy, and up he jumped. He jumped so hard that he bumped his head on the wall. Well, I tried to say, see, Daddy, I slapped that fly away. And I should think he would have thanked me, but what do you think he did? He spanked me. I was just trying to help, I said, but Daddy was looking very red. For trying to help, I have to thank you, but for that smack on the nose, I'll spank you. And up in the air with his great big hand, as he said, I hope you understand, it's my nose I'm spanking for, not the fly. For the fly, I thank you. And that is why I wish I could meet the man that knows who put the fly on my daddy's nose. For when I find him, I want to thank him. And as I do, I want to spank him. Like Me by Dorothy Aldis. A garbage man is a garbage man who rattles and bangs the garbage can. Like me. A policeman carries a club in his hand. Like me. The mailman carries a bag like mine. And they all have always had a good time. Like me. By Dorothy Aldis. Everybody says I look just like my mother. Everybody says I'm the image of Aunt Pete. Everybody says my nose is like my father's, but I want to look like me.
It's gonna be a long.
The Ice Cream Man by Rachel Field. When summer's in the city and breaks a blaze of heat, Great Britain is called
Peter Piper's Prolix Preface.
Peter Piper, without pretensions to precocity or profoundness, was bent to paper to produce these puzzling pages, purposely to please the palates of pretty fragmentary playfellows, highly presuming that with proper penetration it will probably, and perhaps positively, prove a peculiarly pleasant and profitable path in proper, plain, and precise pronunciation. He praised heirs to purchase this playful performance, partly to pay him for his patience and pains, partly to provide for the profit of the printers and publishers, but principally to prevent the pernicious prevalence of perverse pronunciation. This tongue twister from the USA is called Betty Potty Batsum Hutty. Betty Potter bought some butter. But, she said, the butter's bitter. If I put it in my batter, it will make my batter bitter. But a bitter butter, that would make my batter better. So she bought a bit of butter, better than her bitter butter, and she put it in her batter, and her batter was not bitter. So it was butter. Betty Potter bought a bit of better butter. People around the world making up words. This tongue twister is from Chinese. The Chinese tongue twister in English means this. Third brothers and third brother's wife, please lend me 3 pecks and 3 pints of sour dates. Next year, I'll climb the mountains to pluck sour dates.
Third brother and third brother's wife,
3 pecks and 3 pints of sour dates. But in Chinese, the tongue twister sounds like this. 3个生草子，请你借给我3头3千酸枣子。等我来年3千差了酸枣子，再照数奉还3颗酸枣子。3头3只酸枣子。This tongue twister is from France. In English, the French tongue twister means this. Your tea didn't take away the cost. Tante tatu, ote tatu. In English, this French tongue twister means this. A hunter knowing how to hunt, hunted without his hunting dog. We cherchons, cherchons, chercher, chien dit This tongue twister is from Dutch. In English, the Dutch tongue twister means this. I saw the sun sink in the Zuiderzee. I hear the little wooden shoes flip-flop on the cobblestone. But in Dutch, it would sound like this. Exactly zo'n in Zuiderzee thinking. Voor die kleine klokjes, knappen op de kinker. Children around the world like to play with counter-rhymes. Listen carefully. Some of these words come from actual foreign languages. Some of the words are just nonsense. Anamana, Mona Mike, Barcelona, Bona Strike, Care, Where, Frau, Freck, Halka, Balka, We Will Whack. Visery, Vasery, Vasery, Van. Tizery, Tazery, Tazery, Tam. Hiram, Gyrum, Cockrum, Spirum, Poplar, Rolling, Jam. This is a nursery rhyme from the Caribbean called No Hickory, No Dickory, No Dock. Wasn't me, wasn't me, said the little mouse. I didn't want no clock. You could hickory me, you could dickory me, or lock me in a dock. But I still say I didn't want no clock. Was me who ran under your bed. Was me who bit into your bread. Was me who nailed your cheese. But please, please, I didn't want no clock. No hickory, no dickory, no duck. an eagle soar high in the sky until a cloud covered up. Grandmother, I still see the eagle behind my eyes. We chase butterflies by pro-Indian plenty coops. We chase butterflies to give us endurance in running. And after we caught one, we would rub our hearts with its wings, saying, "Oh, butterfly, give us your grace and swiftness." That was a boy's first lesson.
Moon by the Chinese poet Li Bai. When I was little, I thought the moon was a white jade plate, or a mirror in heaven, flying through the blue clouds.
Symmetry by the Chinese poet Du Fu. A pair of golden orioles sings in the green willows. A line of white egrets flies across the blue sky. Through my west window, snows of 1,000 autumns cap the mountains. Beyond my east door, boats from 10,000 miles away dot the river. The Traveler's Song by a Chinese poet Meng Ji. My loving mother, bread in hand, mended the coat I have on now, stitch by stitch, just before I left home, thinking I might be gone a long time. How can a blade of young grass ever repay the warmth of the spring sun?
Around the world seeking wisdom. Here are some Arabic proverbs. We all know the English proverbs. He eat out of house and home. But if you wanted to say it in Arabic, you would say, he ate the camel and all it carried.
The English proverb is, give him an inch and he'll take a mile.
But if you like to say in Arabic, you would say, we let him in and he brought his donkey too.
We all know the English proverb. It sounds like this. When the cat's away, the mice will play.
Or if you want to say it in Arabic, you would say, while the lions rampant, the hyenas play. One family around the world seeking wisdom. This poem is called Philosophical Poem. People around the world ask the same question. I? Why? Moi? Pourquoi?
No? Okay.
Ich? Warum?
The French poet Victor Hugo wrote this poem called Be Like the Bird. Be like the bird who, halting in his flight on a limb too slight, feels a give way he needs him, yet sings knowing he has wings. This is a poem called Beauty by D.A. Shure from the book I'm a Pueblo Indian Girl. Beauty is seen in the sunlight, the trees, the birds, corn growing and people working or dancing for their harvest. Beauty is heard in the night, wind sighing, rain falling, or a chanter singing anything on earth. Beauty is in yourself, good deeds, happy thoughts that repeat themselves in your dreams, in your work, and even in your rest. One family around the world wondering at the world. Tell me, thou star, whose wings of light speed thee in thy fiery flight. In what cavern of the night will thy pinions close now? Tell me, moon, thou pale and gray, pilgrim of heaven's homeless way, in what depths of night or day seekest thou repose now? Weary wind who wanderest, like the world's rejected guest, hast thou still some secret nest on the tree or willow? The Japanese haiku captures a moment in just 3 short lines.
May rains. Now frogs are swimming at my door.
Autumn. Even the birds and the clouds look old.
Well, let's go up to the place where we fall down and look at the snow.
Okay. No, nothing. I hate this poem.
Author Verna Ardima comes the old story, bringing the rain, Kapiti Plain.
This is the great Kapiti Plain, all fresh and green from the African rain.
A sea of grass where the ground bursts to nest in, and patches of shade for the wild
drop of feather, feather that helped to change the weather.
It fell near Kai-Pat,
Who watched his herd and he stood on one leg like a big stork bird.
Kai-Pat, whose cows were so hungry and dry, they moved from rain to fall from the sky. To green up the grass, all brown and dead, that needed the rain from the cloud overhead. The big black cloud, all heavy with rain, that shadowed the ground on the peachy plain. This was a shot that pierced the cloud and loosened the rain with thunder loud.
A shot from the bow so long and strong, strung with a string made a leather thong.
A bolt for the arrow, Kai-Pat, together with a slender stick and an eagle feather.
From the eagle who happened to drop a feather that helped to change the weather.
it fell near Kai-Pat.
Who watched his herd and he stood on one leg like the big stork bird.
Kai-Pat, whose cows were so hungry and dry, they moved for the rain to fall from the sky.
To green up the grass, all brown
and dead, they had needed the rain from the cloud overhead.
the big black cloud, all heavy with rain, that shadowed the ground like a peachy plain.
The grass grew green and the cattle fat, and Kai-Pat got a wife and a little Kai-Pat, who tends the cows now and shoots down the rain when black clouds shadow a peachy plain.
Fifth and sixth grade class would like to share some poems about great people and events. Our first poem is about a man who showed perseverance in spite of the doubts of many others.
Columbus by Joachim Miller.
Behind him lay the great Azores.
Behind the gates of Hercules,
Before him not the ghost of shore.
before him only shoreless seas.
The good mate said,
Now must we quake, for lo, the very stars have gone. Brave admiral, speak, what shall I say?
when I say sail on and on. My men grow mutinous day by day. My men grow ghastly, wan, and weak.
This stout mate thought of home, as brave Saltway washed his swarthy cheek.
What shall I say, brave admiral? Say, if we sight not, but see at dawn. Why, you shall say at break of day, sail on, sail on,
Sail on and on. They sailed and sailed as winds might blow, until at last the blanched mate said,
Why now not even God would know, should I and all my men fall dead? These very winds forget their way, for God from these dread seas is gone. Now speak, brave admiral, speak and say.
he said,
sail on and on. We sail.
the mate. This mad sea shows his teeth tonight. He curls his lip, he lies in wait, with lifted teeth as if to bite. Brave admiral, say but one good word. What shall we do when hope is gone? The words leapt like a leaping sword. Sail on!
Sail on!
Sail on and on! Then pale and worn he kept his deck,
And peered through darkness. Ah, that night of all dark nights.
and then a speck, a light,
A light!
a light, a light. We remember Thomas Jefferson as a great agriculturalist, scholar, inventor, builder, architect, writer, statesman, and president.
He wrote the Declaration of Independence, designed and built Monticello, and founded the University of Virginia. What a great man!
Thomas Jefferson.
A Rosemary Carr, Stephen Vincent May.
Thomas Jefferson, what do you say? Under the gravestone, hidden away.
I was a giver. I was a molder. I was a builder with a strong shoulder. 6 feet and over, large boned and ruddy, the eyes gray haze of what bright with study. The big hands covered with pen and fiddle, and ready ever for any riddle. From buying empires to planting taters, from declarations to trick dumb waiters.
I like the people, the sweat, the crowd of them. I trusted them always and spoke aloud of them.
I liked all learning and wished to share it abroad like pollen for all who merit.
I liked fine houses, Greek plasters. I built them surely, my touch is a master.
I liked queer gadgets and secret shells, and helping nations to rule themselves.
Jealous of others, not always candid, but huge of vision and open-handed.
A
wild goose chaser, now and again. Build Monticello, you little men. Design my plowshares, they use it still. Or found my college at Charlottesville.
And still go questing new things and thinkers, and keep as busy as 20 tinkers.
While always guarding the people's freedom. You need more hands, sir? I didn't need them.
They called you a rascal? They called me worse. They'll do grand things, sir, but lack the purse.
I got no riches. I died a debtor. I died free-hearted, and that was better.
For life was freakish, but life was fervent, and I was always life's willing servant. Life's too weighty, too long a haul, sir. I lived past 80. I liked it all, sir.
Us how a famous exploration of Meriwether Lewis and William Clark may have taken place.
Lewis and Clark by Rosemary Carr and Stephen Vincent Benet.
Lewis and Clark said,
Come on, let's embark for a boating trip up the Missouri.
it's the president's wish, and we might catch some fish.
Though the river is muddy as fury,
So they started away on an easy-made date full of courage and more scientific.
and before they came back, they had blazed out a track from St. Louis straight to the Pacific.
Now you want to go from St. Louis and Mo
The Portland, the or, not the me one. You can fly there on planes, aboard limited trains.
or the family car if there be one.
It may take you 2 weeks. Your car's full of squeaks. You stop for the sights and the strangers.
But it took them, don't laugh, just 1 year and a half full of buffalo, Indians, and dangers. They ate prairie dog soup when they suffered from croup, for the weather was often quite drizzly,
They learned how to get do, Tony and Sue.
and how to be chased by a grizzly.
They crossed mountain and river, never a quiver.
And the Rockies themselves weren't too big for them,
Before they scrambled across with their teeth full of moss.
and the fiddlers were playing a jig for them. Missouri's Great Falls, and the Yellowstone's walls, and the mighty Columbia's billows.
They viewed or traversed the whole white men, the first, to make the whole Northwest their pillows. And
When they returned, it was glory well earned that they gave to the natural forest.
they were ragged and lean, but they'd seen what they'd seen.
And it spread out an empire before us.
Clap, 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 clap. Yeah. Hey, John, I'll have to do something really good next to this. Is it recording? No. Yep. Was it?
They went with axe and rifle when the trail was still to blaze.
They went with white-fin children in the prairie schooner days.
With banjo and her frying pan.
Susanna,
Don't you drive.
From off to California, you get rich out there or die. We've broken land and cleared it.
But we're tired of where we are.
You say that Mountain Nebraska is better place by far.
There's gold in far Wyoming. There's black earth in Iowa.
So pack up the kids and baggage.
Or we're moving out today.
The cowards never started, and the weak died on the road.
And all across the continent, the endless campfires glow. We've taken land and settled.
But a traveler passed us by.
And we're going west tomorrow.
Gordy never asked us why. We're going west tomorrow where the promises can't fail.
O'er the hills allegiance, boys, and crowd the dusty trail. We shall starve.
And freeze.
And suffer.
We shall die and take the land.
But we're going west tomorrow with our fortunes in our hands.
The coming of slavery to America is not something we like to remember. But out of the suffering and struggles of one race, many have been enriched by the expressive poetry and music of so many African Americans. Negro Spirituals by Rosemary Carr and Stephen Vincent Benet. We do not know who made them. The lips that gave them birth are dust in the slave's burying ground, anonymous as earth. The poets, the musicians were bondsmen, bred and born. They picked the master's cotton. They hoed the master's corn. The load was heavy on their backs. The way was long and cold. But out of stolen Africa, the singing river rolled. And David's hands were dusty hands, but David's heart was gold. slaves to freedom and boasted of never losing one. The Whippoorwill Calls by Beverly McLaughlin. No one hears her coming through the woods at night,
For she is like a whippoorwill,
moving through the trees
and silently.
No one sees her hiding in the woods by day,
For she is like a whippoorwill,
blending into leaves on the forest floor.
and one night the whippoorwill calls,
And the warm air carries the haunting sound across the fields and into the small dark cabins.
and only the slaves know it is Harriet.
I know I have to. So which one is it?
The discovery and use of anesthesia was a huge breakthrough in the medical field. Even many of us tonight must admit we are indebted to these two little-known men, Crawford Long and William Morton.
What your saws and shine your knives, the surgeons tried and true. We're going forward to operate in 1842. And if the patient starts to yell and bounce about the floor, just tell him pain is bound to be and give him one shot more.
A doctor down in Georgia, his name was Crawford Long, began to wonder more or less about this little song.
The words, he said, are elegant. I like the gay refrain. But might there be something in abolishing the pain?
And up in windy Boston, a dentist both look kind. And William Morton felt the same idea teasing time.
They didn't know each other from an inlay or a pill, but both found out without a doubt that ether filled the bill.
For once a man's anesthetized and ether's work begins, you'll sleep without an ouch, although they stick you full of pins.
To law belongs priority in this historic boon, but Morton was the man who made the surgeons change their tune.
At Massachusetts General, the shoulder to the nation, and everybody gaped to see a painless operation.
For man had suffered and endured, and man had backed his brain. But till those two no creature knew
The night without the pain.
What are you doing? Zooming in on David's head. Look, look.
Our last poem is Henry VIII by Eleanor and Herbert Fargent. Remember this royal Henry? He was the king with all the wives. Henry VIII by Eleanor and Herbert Fargent. What King Hal was full of beans. He married half a dozen queens. For 3 called Kate, they cried the bands. 1 called Jane and a couple of aunts.
The first he asked to share his frame was Kate of Aragon, straight from Spain. But when his love for her was spent, he got a divorce and out she went.
Anne Boleyn was his second wife. He swore to cherish her all his life. But seeing a third he wished instead, he chopped out poor Anne Boleyn's head.
He married the next afternoon, J. Seymour, which was rather soon. But after 1 year as his bride, she crept into her bed and died.
Anne of Cleves was number 4. Her portrait filled him to the core. But when they met face to face, another royal divorce took place. Catherine Howard, number 5, Bill and Prue to keep alive. But one day Henry felt depressed, the executioner did the rest.
6th and last came Catherine Parr. 6th and last and luckiest far. This time it was Henry who hopped the twig, and a good job too.
No man is an island entire of itself.
Every man is a piece of the continent, a part of the main.
If applause be washed away by the sea, Europe is the left.
As well as if a promontory were,
As well as of the manner of thy friends or of thine own work,
regret.
Love, friendship.
And we all find a lasting common bond within these matters of the heart. This next poem answers the question about friendship.
The Question by Dennis Lee.
If I could teach you how to fly, or bake an elderberry pie, or turn the sidewalk into stars, or play new songs on an old guitar.
Or if I knew the way to heaven, the names of night, the taste of seven, and to own them all to keep or lend, would you come and be my friend?
You cannot teach me how to fly. I love the berries, but not the pie. The sidewalks are for walking on, and an old guitar has just one song. The names of night cannot be known. The way to heaven cannot be shown. You cannot keep, you cannot let, but still I want you for my friend.
The next 4 poems are grouped together. Please hold your applause until the end of Dreams. We will be speaking to you regarding one man's ideals about friendship and also love and hope. My Creed by Howard Arnold Walter. I would be true, for there are those who trust me. I would be pure, for there are those who care. I would be strong, for there is much to suffer. I would be brave, for there is much to dare. I would be friend of all, the poor, the friendless. I would be giving and forget the gift. I would be humble, for I know my weakness. I would look up and laugh and love and live.
Poem by Langston Hughes. I loved my friend. He went away from me. There is nothing more to say. The poem ends, soft as it began. I loved my friend.
Island by Langston Hughes. Wave of sorrow, do not drown me now. I see the island still ahead somehow. I see the island and its sands are fair. Wave of sorrow, take me there.
Dreams by Langston Hughes.
Hold fast to dreams, for if dreams die, life is a broken-winged bird that cannot fly.
Hold fast to dreams, for when dreams go, life is a barren field frozen with snow.
Poems related to the theme of friendship. The poem is by Wilbert Dick Nesbitt, entitled All to Myself. All to myself, I find a way back to each golden yesterday, faring in fancy until I stand, clasping your ready, friendly hand. The picture seems half true, half dream, and I keep its color and its glee, all to myself. All to myself, I hum again, fragments of some old-time refrain, something that comes at fancy's choice, and I hear the cadence of your voice. Sometimes 'tis thin, sometimes 'tis clear, but I keep the music that I hear, all to myself. All to myself, I hold and know all of the days of long ago. Wonderful days when you and I hold all the sunshine in the sky. The days come back and the old days will, and I keep the tingle and the thrill, all to myself. All to myself, my friend, to you. Count all the memories softly to you. Summer and autumn, winter, spring. The hopes we cherish in everything. They course my veins as a draft divine, and I keep the woolly soul of mine. All to myself. All to myself, my friend, to you. Count all the memories softly, too. Sometimes I sigh, and sometimes I smile, but I keep each golden while, all to myself. Read tenacity and perseverance. Miss Slice tries to give us a knockout punch, so in the words of Robert Service, we must learn to grin.
If you're up against a bruiser and you're getting knocked about, grin.
If you're feeling pretty groggy and you're licked beyond a doubt, grin.
Don't let them know you're funky. Let them know with every clout, though your face is battered to a pulp, your blooming heart is stout.
Just stand upon your pins until the beggar knocks you out. And grin.
This life's a valley battle, and the same advice holds true of grin.
If you're up against it badly, then it's only one on you. So grin.
If the future's black as thunder, don't let people see your blue. Just cultivate and cast your smile of joy the whole day through. If they call you little sunshine, wish that they know troubles too, you may grin.
Rise up in the morning with the will that's smooth or rough. You'll grin.
Sink to sleep at midnight, and although you're feeling tough,
Yet grin. There's nothing gained by whining, and you're not that kind of stuff.
you're a fighter from a way back, and you won't take your rebuff.
Your trouble is that you don't know that you have had enough.
Don't give in. If fate should down you,
Just get up and take another cup.
You may bank on it that there's no philosophy like bluff.
and grin.
A rule by John Wesley.
Do all the good you can,
By all the means you can,
in all the ways you can,
in all the places you can,
at all the times you can,
to all the people you can,
as long as ever you can. This next poem is about a special kind of person who exemplifies the quality of goodness.
We would like to dedicate this poem to all the mothers that are here tonight. The Mother by Robert Service. There will be a singing in your heart. There will be a rapture in your eyes. You will be home instead of heart. You will be so wonderfully wise. You will sleep and when from dreams you start as the one that wakes in paradise. There will be a singing in your heart. There will be a rapture in your eyes. There will be a moaning in your heart. There will be an anguish in your eyes. You will see your dearest ones depart. You will hear their quivering goodbyes. Yours shall be the heartache and the smart, tears that scald and lonely sacrifice. There will be a moaning in your heart. There will be an anguish in your eyes. There will come a glory in your eyes. There will come a peace within your heart. Sitting neath the quiet evening sky, time will dry the tear and dull the smart. You will know that you have played your part. Yours shall be the love that never dies. You with heaven's peace within your heart. You with God's own glory in your eyes.
This poem is about comradeship between true friends.
Today is Saturday. By Zilpha Kelly Snyder.
We started early, just as soon as Doug had cleaned his room. And Ben had finished with his paper out. We went the back way up to Walnut Street and waited on the lawn till Mark came out.
And Mark had lots of money, birthday loot, and he's the kind that likes to shoot the works and give his friends a treat.
So we went down to Gray's for cheesy chips and pickles, and sat outside along the curb to eat.
And we finished up with ice cream.
Double this, with different flavors, so that we could all taste it right.
And what we couldn't eat, we gave to Jay, that big old mutt who kind of lives downtown,
We stopped her on the curb and talked to us.
about the kind of things that we might do.
But Mark had lost his softball, and for once, we didn't feel like fishing on the slough.
We just wandered off along the path that starts behind the school without a plan.
We really still weren't going anywhere, but when we felt like running, we just ran. The day was like that.
And the things we did just happened in some way that made them seem more special than the things we mostly do.
A little bit like something from a dream, I guess.
It was an ordinary day, not cloudy, but the sun was in a dusty gold and never very hot.
But everything we did was fun. No one fought for once. We laughed a lot.
at things nobody else might even see.
No one would know what it was like, I guess. But guys like Doug and Ben and Mark and me.
Home and Love by Robert Service. Just home and love. The words are small, 4 little letters unto each, and yet you will not find in all the wide and gracious range of speech. 2 more so tenderly complete. When angels talk from heaven above, I'm sure they have no words more sweet than home and love. Just home and love. It's hard to guess which of the 2 were best to gain. Home without love is bitterness. Love without home is often pain. No, each alone will seldom do. Somehow they travel hand in glove. If you win one, you must have 2, both home and love. And if you've both, well then I'm sure you ought to sing the whole day long. It doesn't matter if you're poor, with these to make divine your song. And so I praisefully repeat, when angels talk in heaven above, there are no words more simply sweet than home and love.
Invictus.
By William Ernest Henley.
Out of the night that covers me,
Let its pit from pole to pole.
I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. In the foul clutch of circumstance, I have not winced nor cried aloud.
Under the bludgeonings of chance, my head is bloody but unbound.
Beyond this place of wrath and tears,
Looms but the horror of the shade.
and yet the menace of the years finds and shall find unafraid.
It matters not how straight the gate, how charged with punishment the scroll.
I am the master of my fate.
I am the captain of my soul.
In such an age,
By Angela Morgan.
to be alive in such an age.
With every year a lightning page, turned in the world's great wonder book, we're on the leading nations look.
Where man speaks strong for brotherhood, for peace in the universal good.
When miracles are everywhere and every inch of common air throbs a tremendous prophecy of greater marvels yet to be.
O thrilling age, O willing age,
When steel and stone and rail and rod welcome the utterance of God. A trump to shout his wonder through, proclaiming all that man can do.
To be alive in such an age.
To live in it, to give in it.
Rise, soul, from thy despairing knees. What if thy lips have drunk the lees?
The passion of a larger claim will put thy puny grief to shame.
Fling forth thy sorrow to the wind, and link thy hope with humankind.
breathe the world thought, do the world deed.
Think highly of thy brother's need.
And give thanks with all thy flaming heart.
To crave, but to have it a part.
Give thanks and clasp thy heritage.
To be alive in such an age. We would like to end the show by singing a world anthem, and join us in verse 3.
Please come to the front to receive your flag.